Hi guys, welcome to another 5-year plan. Today's is going to be about Kings Island. This is a great theme park. It's right outside of Cincinnati. They have some great coasters, great flat rides, and all in all, great rides. They could definitely use some improvements though. So, let's look at the future. But before we can look at the future, we have to look at the past. So, in 2016, they got a water park expansion with a couple tube slides, and 3 trapdoor slides. This was a good year. They didn't do anything near a water park in the last couple of years, so it was definitely a good year for them. In 2017, they got a GCI wooden coaster, Mystic Timbers. And this is a great GCI, even though the shed kind of sucks. It's still a great ride. I know most people didn't like the ride at first because the shed wasn't good, which doesn't really make sense to me because the ride, from what I've heard, is great. It looks like an awesome ride. It looks like it's packed with airtime, and it looks fantastic. So this was a great year for Kings Island. In 2018, they got stores, restaurants, the removal of dinosaur lives, and general park improvements. This was kind of an off year. They didn't really do that much. They just got a big GCI the year before, so yeah, they didn't really do that much this year. In 2019, they got antique cars, a new show, and the removal of Firehawk. This, I'm going to say, was a good year because they got the antique cars and a new show. But the removal of Firehawk, but again, they were getting Orion, which I'll get into in 2020. 2020, they got Orion. This is a Giga coaster. It's like 295 feet tall, but the drop's like 305 feet, which makes it a Giga. This looks like a fantastic ride. It doesn't look like it's gonna be better than Fury. I think it might be better than Leviathan. It has a huge wave turn, which looks absolutely insane, and another great airtime moment. All in all, I think this ride's a great fit for Kings Island. They could really use a Giga coaster, and I think this is a great year for Kings Island. Now, let's get into the future. In 2021, I can see them getting general park improvements, probably nothing. The pandemic has really hurt amusement parks this year, and they might not be able to do that much. I know Six Flags Great Adventure already announced that they were pushing back Jersey Devil Coaster today to 2021, and I don't think Kings Island's going to push back Orion because they're a lot further along than Jersey Devil. But I don't see them doing anything like a expansion. I see maybe a new restaurant, a new store, show, nothing much this year. So now let's get on to 2022. In 2022, I could see them getting Planet Snoopy expansion. I think this would be a great fit for the park. They haven't gotten any Planet Snoopy expansions in a long time. They definitely use some more kids rides because they've added 2 new throw coasters and they need sort of like a kids ride, which would be great for them. I could see this attracting many more families, and it would bring up their revenue, and it wouldn't cost that much, which would be great because they'd still be hurting from the pandemic a little bit. So now the only question is, where would this go? I think this could go right on the outskirts of Planet Snoopy. I think they could make a path between this building and the employee parking lot, and then have 2 little areas. They might only have to use one of the areas for a small Planet Snoopy expansion, but I could definitely see it going in this area. So now let's get on to 2023. 2023, I could see this being a bit of an off year, getting a Vekoma Nebula. I don't exactly know what it is. I think this would be a nice fit for the park. There's nothing else like it in the world, really. Maybe it'll be the first one. Who knows? I think this could go right next to Diamondback, like right in that area. I think it would be a nice fit. Of course, it doesn't need this much space. I just carved out that space. It would need a nice pathway to get from the Beast area to the new area of the park that would be near Diamondback, and I could definitely see it going here. Could also see him adding a coaster in the next couple of years. Not between 2020 and 2025, but I could see that going, 2026 they add a new coaster in this new area. So now let's move on to 2024. 2024, I see them going big with an RMC T-Rex. This will be a great fit for the park. They could really use an RMC. They don't have an RMC in the park. It would just be an awesome fit for the park. It could focus on inversions and airtime, which would be great. But where would this go? I think this would go in the old Vortex area, and it could take some of this area over here. Just to clarify, the orange is the area I think the ride could go. The blue is the lift to and drop. The purple is the station. The white is the layout, and the red is the final brake run. So I could definitely see a layout like this for an RMC T-Rex. I could see the station being right where Vortex is. Maybe they could even reuse the station. That would save some money there, which would be great. I could see in the blue the lift hill, a nice drop, and then I could see like a dive loop, something like that. It would go down here a little bit. Some nice airtime moments, maybe a 0G roll in here. Then I could see it. Then I could see it going back more like down here, around here, into what I think would be like an iconic moment they could do, something like the pretzel thing. I forget what it was called on Vortex, but it's a very iconic moment. It's right over here. I kind of tried to draw it to the best of my ability, but I'm not very good at drawing things. Then I could see it coming back around here, going through maybe like a helix here, around here, and this is where I think the ride would strive. I think it could go into the woods a little bit without taking too much of like the Beast's woods away, so the Beast would still like look like awesome, and come back around here and basically into the final brake run. I could definitely see them going with something like this. It would be a great fit for this park, and I think it would work really well. It could even be the first RMC T-Rex. We don't know when the first one's going to happen. So I think this would be a fantastic fit for this park. So now, let's get to 2025. As you can see, the expansions are getting a little bit bigger because as the pandemic wears off, I think, they're going to have to start small, get a little bit bigger, and then start getting big. So I could see them getting a water park expansion in 2025. Maybe like a water coaster. That would be great. They don't have a water coaster. Most theme parks do now. And it's not too expensive. And I think it would just be a great fit for this water park because they're really lacking something like a water coaster. Where would this go in the water park though? Because they don't have super amount of land to work with. I think you go in this area. Just to say, on Google Earth it doesn't have this area as anything, but also Son of Beast still there. This area is it's like a typhoon ride. I forget the exact name, but they've added in the last 20 years. I don't know why. It just has Son of Beast still. And it doesn't abandon you, which is kind of weird. So, I think this would be a great fit for the park. I think it could come out the station, go up the lift hill, turn to the right, drop down. It could be magnetic. It could go up and down a couple times. Maybe it could even be launched. I don't think it'll be launched, but maybe it'll be launched like Holiday World's third water coaster. Wait, is that their third water coaster or is that their fourth? Well, it's a Duel Link, so it could be their fourth. Comment down below what water coaster it is for Holiday World Cheetah Race. But back to this ride, I could see going into some nice camelback hills, going for a turnaround, dropping down, coming back up, going into a small little area here, twists and turns, which are always fun. They have that at Hershey. Going into some more airtime moments. I call them airtime moments just because it's good on these water coasters. They actually have some good airtime and it's a lot of fun. Drop down, turn to the right, drop down a couple more times, another turn, come around here. I think it would drop down, come up, drop a little bit with a huge splashdown so you get wet, really wet on this, which would be great. I know Volcano Bay, for the last moment of their water coaster, it drops down, comes back up, and goes down like a foot or two, and you get soaked. It's so much fun. I love that ride. It's like Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. Yeah, that's what it's called. And then you go into a left-hand turn back into the station. So that's what I think Kings Island could do for their 5-year plan. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.